Hey, hello, good afternoon. Welcome to your little Friday movement break, your lunch break, yoga break, your breakfast yoga break. I don't know what time of day it is when you're watching this, but I am really grateful that you are here, choosing to press play and just create a little bit of space for yourself to move around, get some energy moving, work out some tension, any cricks through your neck and your spine, and in general, just like reconnect and recenter with yourself. So all you need for class today is a little bit of space to move. If you have two, oh, look at that. If you have two yoga blocks, they may be helpful at certain points throughout our sequence to help bring the earth closer to you, but you don't need them unless you want them. And we're going to get started on our backs today in reclined bound angle pose, which is just laying flat on your back with the bottoms of your feet touching, knees out as wide as feels comfortable. If you have these blocks nearby and you want to put them kind of underneath your thighs or your knees, this can be helpful in easing any discomfort through the hips. But bring both of your palms onto your low belly. Don't overthink it too much, just somewhere where you can start to feel the warmth of your skin beneath your hands or beneath your clothes. If it feels comfortable to you, I invite you to close your eyes. We'll spend a couple moments just reconnecting with our physical surroundings, our physical body, bringing us to a place of greater purposeful awareness. This helps us know when we need to make a shift or when our body just needs something else in this moment. No need to do anything special with the breath, just yet, just notice it. So with your hands on your abdomen, just notice, where do you feel your breath moving throughout your body? Maybe you feel it in your throat or in your chest, maybe in your belly. Can you let your elbows rest more heavily down onto the ground? Can you soften your shoulders, letting the back of your heart space be held by the ground beneath you? Soften the skin of your face. Relax your eyebrows, your jaw. Let's welcome the practice with a couple big breaths together. Take a big breath in through your nose. Feel your low belly expand underneath your hands. Open mouth, exhale, push the air out. Big breath in through your nose, fill up low belly, start to feel your rib cage expand. Donkey. Open mouth, exhale. Good, last one. Big breath in, fill up low belly, rib cage, and now the space underneath your collarbones. Sigh it out, exhaling, collarbones, rib cage, belly. Take 3 more huge breaths like this on your own, filling up in 3 distinct stages and exhaling in those same 3 stages. This is a really calming breath called 3-part breath or equal parts breath. So enjoy your last big round of that, letting the breath last as long as feels good. On your last exhale, bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. You can close them up like a book. Set your blocks off to the side if you have them. Hug your knees in towards your chest just for a moment. You can rock a little side to side. Maybe draw some circles with the knees in one direction and the other. Move on to some bridge pose. So bring the bottoms of your feet onto the earth, knees up high. Wiggle your heels a little closer to your glutes. Bring your palms flat onto the mat at your side. Your whole spine rests against the earth. As you breathe in, push your feet down, lift your hips up, bridge pose. Keep breathing here. Adjust your body as you need to so this can be comfortable. You might move your feet a little further away from your body, maybe closer. If you have the space in your shoulders, wiggle your shoulder blades together underneath you to help boost your heart up. Actively push your palms down into the earth to open through your chest. Couple more breaths here. Nice job. Activate your inner leg line and isometrically pull your knees towards each other. So activating through the inner thighs. Push your feet down even more. Feel your hamstrings ignite. And can you use more hamstring strength than glute strength? Good. Take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, lower all the way down, hips rest on the ground. We'll add a flow now, matching breath to movement, and there's option to lift the arms overhead when we lift the hips if you want to start to open through the chest and shoulders. So get all set up here, feet pressed down, breathe in, bridge pose, lift your hips, maybe lift your arms. Exhale, lower both hips and arms. Let's do 5 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Good job. Inhale, bridge pose. Exhale, lower. Can you connect to your core on these next 3? Breathe in, lift. Feel the belly stretch. Exhale, lower down. 2 more. Breathe in, squeeze your glutes at the top. Exhale, lower. Last one. Make it your strongest and most controlled one yet. Breathe in. And breathe out. Nice job. Hug your knees back in towards your chest. Find a little rock side to side. A couple circles. My cat is being really naughty today. Donkey, stop. Good. All right. Take a big breath in. Squeeze both of your knees. And as you exhale, drop them over towards your left side for a supine twist. Nice and easy. You can bring your arms into the letter T. You can adjust your shoulders so that both shoulders anchor down towards the ground. Gaze towards your right fingertips. Take a big breath into your belly button. And a big breath out. Another like that. Breathe in and expand. Breathe out. Let something go. Good. Connect to your core. Breathe in. Hug your knees back to center. And as you exhale, let them fall over towards the right, finding the same twist in the opposite direction. Arms can open up to a T, different than the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Hug. Yeah. Connect to your core. Hug your knees back to center. Inhale. And as you exhale, make your way up to a seated position. So you can roll over onto one side, do whatever you need to do. And we will find tabletop position. So on all fours, fingers spread wide, index fingers point straight forward. So turn your hand slightly out. Pull hips right over knees. Actively push your toenails down into the mat. Claw at the mat with your fingertips. Energize through the arms. We're not collapsed down towards the earth. We're pushing the ground away. Active through the arms, the legs. Start to hug the front body up to meet the back. So feel your belly button gently lift up and in like it's giving your spine a big hug. Take a big breath in here. And a breath out. Start to introduce some movement. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, look up. Spend a few breaths here, maybe rocking gently forward and backward. Isometrically hug the heels of your hands back towards your knees and your knees towards your hands to activate through your core, open through your chest. Inhale once more. Exhale, cat pose, arch your back, tuck your chin towards your chest. Couple breaths here. You can find more movement side to side, front and back. But imagine that you can launch your heart up through the back of your rib cage. Big breath in here. Big breath out. Let's find a little flow. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale. Exhale, find 3 more rounds on your own. Add on if it feels good. You can pause a little longer if you'd like the flow to be a little slower. Nice job. When you finish your last round, have a seat flat on your bum. Send both legs straight out, flat onto the mat. We'll do staff pose, which is sort of like a, what is it? I don't know what I'm trying to say, you guys. We're really all doing our best here today. Okay, legs are active on the ground, toes flex back towards your shins. And then wiggle any flesh out from underneath your sit bones so that you can feel grounded through the pelvis. Hug your belly button up and in, draw a long, tall spine. And if you're like, why is this a yoga pose? We're gonna take 4 breaths like this and you'll realize every muscle in my body is somehow working and all I'm doing is trying to sit with good posture, so keep breathing. Option to lift the arms straight up, just energizing, grounding through the legs, lifting up through the crown of the head, energize the fingers, maybe give your wrists a few spins, take a big breath in here. And a big breath out, start to fold forward. You can bend your knees a lot. Let this big forward fold be exactly what your body needs today. So experiment a little bit. Try bending your knees. Try bending them even more. Tuck your chin down towards your chest. It's okay to let your spine round. And if you think you're relaxing your neck and shoulders, relax them even more. We're here for several more breaths. A fun fact, when I was in high school, my back would get really locked up during basketball games sometimes. And my assistant coach would have me like do this. And then he would just like put his fingers on my shoulders and like rock me gently back and forth. And when we started, I'd be like up here and couldn't fold. And by the end, just with knees bent and like a very gentle side to side, both my lower back and middle back could relax enough to eventually fold a little deeper. So if you're in a similar place where you're like way up here, know that with patience and breath and time, your body will adapt and change and it won't always be so uncomfortable. So enjoy 2 more big, spacious, full rounds of breath. Shout out to Mr. Bolt. Thank you. All right. Hug your chin towards your chest. Gently roll yourself up back to a comfortable seat and bring your left leg up in your arms like a little cradle. So it's kind of like this. And if this is really uncomfortable for you, again, if this outer hip is feeling really tight and you're just like barely holding onto your feet, it's totally cool. Just work with what's happening. Let the outer hip loosen as it's ready. Kind of similar to that same forward fold, you'll be surprised at how quickly this part of the body is able to loosen with just a little bit of attention. So enjoy a few more breaths here, cradling, hugging the arm. And we'll take this into half Lord of the Fishes. So bring your left foot down, crossed over your extended right leg. And then bring your right elbow to the outside of your knee. So you're twisting in the other direction that your leg is folding. You can bring your back hand to the earth to help kind of push you straight up. We're looking for long, tall spine. This is uncomfortable. Bring your block underneath your back hand. It'll just help you connect to the ground, get the leverage that you need. Find a little feedback between your right elbow and your left knee. Can you press them into each other to gently encourage this twist? Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Gently return to center. And let's swap out our legs. So left leg goes long on the mat. Right leg comes up. Give it a hug. Again, work with what's happening in your body here. If this is really difficult, how can you make it work for yourself? You might try bending the extended leg. This could be a helpful tool if your low back's feeling really tight. Hi, donkey. Hello, thank you. Say hi to everybody. I don't know why maybe she's hungry. Good, take 1 more big breath in. And as you exhale, bring your right leg over the left, moving towards half Lord of the Fishes. Find a long, tall spine. Left elbow comes outside right knee. Right hand goes to a helpful position where you can use it to help maintain this long, tall spine. Hug your belly button in towards your spine, even here. And then use that connection to bring a greater lift to your chest. Nice adjustments. Take 2 more big breaths here. Is your body ready to deepen the twist more? So find that feedback, elbow pushing into knee. And then gently return to center. Let's find downward facing dog. So palms onto the mat, about shoulder width distance apart. Send your tailbone up to the sky. Okay, I think you're gonna need to move. Good, enjoy your first several breaths here. This might be your very first down dog of the day. And if so, enjoy it. Maybe pedal out through your legs. And I've been saying this quite a bit lately, but I will say it again. If this is a really challenging posture for you, that is completely normal. A lot of your weight is in your hands. A lot of arm strength, a lot of upper back strength, a lot of stability through the shoulders. That might not exist normally if you don't do this a lot. So if this starts to be too much for you or doesn't feel good or you feel unsafe in your joints, just drop down to your knees, come back to that same active tabletop that we were working already. You can even take child's pose to continue opening through your shoulders and upper back. So you're always having options here. You're never stuck. And another theme here is it doesn't take long for your body to start to grow in its flexibility and mobility. Same is true for strength and stamina. Stick with it. Make this a practice, a really regular part of your life, and you'll see results more quickly than you might realize. So take a big breath in here. And a big breath out. Inhale, kick your right leg up high. If it doesn't go up super high, that's completely okay. Just stick with what's happening here. If you are able to, bend your knee, open up your hips, letting gravity tug your right heel down towards the ground, just a gentle passive opening through the right hip for 4, 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, just a little challenge here. Hug your knee up towards your nose, find cat pose in your back. So strong, hugging knee to nose for 1 more full breath in. And a full breath out, you're doing awesome. Inhale, right leg high, kick it back up. Exhale, low lunge, draw your foot through with control. It's okay if it takes you several little hops to get there. We're all working on it. When you get here, you can drop right down to your left knee, walk your hands up your right thigh. And we're gonna spend some time just playing with this lunge. So rather than guiding you through a series of really structured stretches, I want you to connect with the experience of being in your body today and see what feels good. So you can rock forward and backward. I recommend grabbing blocks, oh, sorry, dog, and keeping them underneath each of your hands. This helps bring the earth a little closer to you. Maybe you find this little shift back and forth, bending and straightening the front knee. Maybe you spend a little more time in one of these shapes. You also have the opportunity to practice a twist. You can bring your left palm down to the earth, peel your right arm as high as it would like to go. We have about 4 more breaths here. One last option you could try out would be some sort of a back bend, but if it's too much on this hip that's opening, just pull back from it. Stay really connected. Notice the way that your breath can help facilitate a movement and create little boundaries for that movement. 1 more big breath in. Big breath out. Bring both palms to the earth. Bring your right knee back to meet your left. So come back to a tabletop position. And we will work with some bird dogs here. I have no idea why this exercise is called this, but I do know that it's a great way to build some strength and stability through the core. So to start, send your right toes, send your right toes straight back. Nice job. And bring your left arm forward. You can stay right here. If you want a little bit more, lift the right leg so it is in line with the rest of your torso. Flex your right toes back to meet your shin, super active through the extended leg. Imagine that you could like donkey kick down the wall behind you. Donkey kick. Good. Option to stay right here, squeezing through the back glute, hugging the front body up to meet the back, or for a little more, breathe in. As you exhale, elbow to knee underneath you, find cat pose in your back again here. Good. 3 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen and expand. Exhale, crunch underneath. We got 1 more. Inhale, lengthen and expand. Exhale, crunch. Nice job. Release your right or both lifted things. Put all 4s down. Good. Find downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. It's just truly a Friday. You know, my brain is like, maybe we could just be done now. We're almost done. All right, we're going to find that on the other side. So take a breath in, kick your left leg high this time. Again, option to stay right here if you're working on this strength, this stability. If you'd like a little more, bend your knee, open up your hip. Let gravity do its thing for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Yes, you can. Round and curl your spine. Imagine you could give your knee a little kiss. Say, thank you, knee. You do so much for me. Take a breath in and a breath out. So strong. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Move slowly and carefully. Nice job. Lower your right knee to the ground when you get there. Option to keep your toes tucked or untuck them. Walk your hand up your left thigh. Same thing here. Find a little movement, just a little exploration into what it's like to be in your body on this side today. So we've got, again, this forward and backward shift, as slow or as fluid as you'd like. You can find a twist, keeping your right palm on the ground or on blocks. You can also find more of a back bend to open up through the front thigh. But as always, don't push it. Keep the breath really full. Enjoy 3 more rounds of breath, 3 more cycles of movement. Good, nice job. Make your way back to a tabletop position. Dun, dun. All right, and now we will do left toe straight back, right arm straight forward. You're welcome to stay right here. For more, lift your left leg. Before we move on here, let's all connect to our core. So mindfully hug the front body up to meet the back, nice and tight through the core. Pushing the left palm into the earth to create stability through the left shoulder, and then gently tucking the tailbone so the low back is by this strong and powerful leg. You can stay right here. You're going to build so much strength by breathing through this. To move on, breathe in, reach long. Exhale, elbow to knee underneath you. We're going to hold this for a full round of breath. Find cat pose through your spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. We'll flow 3 times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Arch your spine. Inhale, lengthen and reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Nice job. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch, 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 and release into tabletop. We'll find downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, push your tailbone up towards the sky. This is our last little downward facing dog here. Find what you need to let this feel really good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Walk your feet up to meet your wrists. Got a lot of options here. You're welcome to use your blocks. You can use them to just like rest in a fold. Remember that your blocks have a lot of different heights. So no matter what you're working with in your body today, these can help bring some relief. Maybe you straighten one leg and then the other. Maybe you find twists. If you think you're relaxing your neck and shoulders, can you bring even more softness to them here? Nice job. Release your fingertips back down towards the earth. Bring your hands to your hip creases, bend your knees, safely lift yourself up to stand. All right, we'll finish up with a couple neck stretches, and then we'll be on our way. So find a broad stance, Make your feet wider than before. Okay, all right, we're doing great. All right, spread your toes wide, maybe put them down one at a time. Notice the texture of your mat beneath you or the ground under your feet. Gently hug your heels towards each other to activate through your inner leg line. Draw energy up from the arches of your feet. Yes, feel your core turn on as you hug your belly button in towards your spine. And then bring your hands to clasp together behind your back. Start to make fists, push your fists down towards the ground and maybe lift them, popping the chest open. And notice if your ribs really want to flare out and your butt wants to stick out, use the core control we've been working on in class to hug everything back to the midline. And then from here, maybe you just find a little movement through the neck, little side to side, ear to each shoulder. Maybe twists of the neck looking one way and then the other. Nice. And our last big move together will be to take a big breath in, puff up your chest even more. And exhale for a wide leg forward fold with a chest expansion. So option to drop the chest expansion if it stops feeling good. You can separate your feet even wider. But if this feels nice, if this helps facilitate a really delicious opening through the front of your chest, and stick with it, even if it's a little uncomfortable. But trust that you and your body know the difference between discomfort and pain. So again, here, this is our last big stretch together. So find what you need. You can crawl your fingertips towards each side and find a big lateral stretch. You can bend into one knee and then the other, finding a big stretch through the inner thighs. If you're having trouble reaching the ground today, no worries. Go for the blocks. You could also even just keep your hands on your knees and stay up higher in this, like, I'm exhausted, coach, don't put me back in pose. I'm just really on this basketball train after having a body memory. Anyway, find what you need here. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Another huge inhale, expand. Big breath out. Send your arms out to a T. Hug your belly button in towards your spine. Bend your knees softly. And with a powerful breath in, lift yourself up. Find this big star pose shape. Arms out, toes out. Hugging energy in towards the midline. Take a big breath in. Wiggle your fingers. And a big breath out. Draw your palms to heart center. Take another big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. All right, that's it for today's movement break. A little different than usual, is trying out some different shapes, just seeing how they feel in the middle of the day. I'd love to hear your feedback if you have it. And if your feedback was, Abby, you seem really distracted today, that's true. Sometimes days are just like that. So I'm still very grateful for sharing this space with you. Thanks for being here. I will see you next Friday. If you want to practice with a longer flow together on Wednesday evenings at 6 Central, we do a 60-minute powerful flow class together. So I hope to see you soon at one of those offerings. Until then, take care.